You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Our top story tonight, some breaking news that just came into our newsroom. A U.S. official says the gunman and 3 hostages are dead after a shooting standoff at a veterans home in California. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez gives us some insight about what led up to that incident.
SWAT teams surrounding this California veterans home.
We have a very dynamic and active situation up at the veterans home. We have tactical teams that are forming plans, trying to decide which way to move forward.
Inside, a gunman armed with a rifle opening fire and taking hostages.
There was an exchange of gunfire fired by both our deputy and the suspect. There were many bullets fired.
Does still have 3 people inside. The units be advised he does have a stash of bullets around his neck.
Investigators say all 3 are employees at a PTSD treatment center called the Pathway Home here at the largest veterans care facility in the country.
There was cake and, a little bit of a celebration, and then this man walked in with a gun. My wife and 3 other women were able to leave. Like everybody else, I'm kind of on pins and needles now and just hoping this gets resolved with nobody getting hurt.
A triage area set up and ready in case of any injuries.
There has not been any confirmed communication with the gunman since about 10:30 this morning.
Other employees and volunteers sheltering in place.
They're worried. They just want to come out and be safe.
Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Surrounded by parents of the Parkland shooting victims, Governor Rick Scott has signed the compromise gun control bill in wake of that Valentine's Day shooting. But the NRA is fighting a provision on that bill, calling it unconstitutional. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo joins us now tonight in the studio with how area administrators are responding to the news. Dwayne?
Well, Jacqueline, there was some mixed reaction with various provisions on this bill, but one school administrator in the state says she thinks this bill is a stepping stone in helping Florida schools.
Every parent has a right to send their kids to school knowing that they will return safely at the end of the day.
Governor Rick Scott makes it official, signing a school safety bill. It includes $400 million for expanding mental health, new school safety programs, and also replacing the high school building where the shootings took place. Florida School Board Association Executive Director Andrea Messina stresses the goal is just keeping kids safe.
We've been asking for years for increased funding for SROs, which are your school resource officers, and for mental health services for students. So the fact that those 2 things are included in this bill, we're very pleased with. We believe that that will make a difference on school campuses.
It also creates a new $67 million program for county sheriffs to train school personnel to neutralize an active shooter.
Some districts have already indicated a willingness to participate, and that is a local decision by local school boards and sheriff's offices. It's a joint decision that they'll make together with their community.
The Sarasota School District says they were pleased the bill was signed into law, providing flexibility for each school district. Also saying in a statement, we are considering additional SROs and other options to provide an armed presence at all our schools. These strategies will be taken up with the school board in partnership with local law enforcement as part of a comprehensive safe campus initiative. For Susan Nyland of the Nyland Report, arming teachers would be problematic.
I think we ask way too much of the teachers, and to be able to have guns in school just doesn't make a good mix.
The legislation will also raise the age to buy rifles to 21 from 18 and also require a 3-day waiting period. But now the NRA is fighting back. They've just filed a federal lawsuit over the new law saying it violates Second Amendment.
The bill also calls for a study to be done that will address other needs schools around the state may have to protect students. Jacqueline, back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dwayne. Yesterday, we got our first listen of the 911 calls that emergency operators took during the shooting at Parkland High School last month. And today, the Broward County Sheriff's Office releasing radio dispatch from that same time. A warning, what you are about to listen to may be upsetting for some. Law enforcement officers talking to students at the school and each other working quickly to locate the shooter.
1794, I see a student down on the right next to the parking lot of the student lot. Eagle 2, I was advised possibly 3 more victims. The shooter's possibly inside the 3-story building with an ROTC uniform. That was given by Carl Springs Dispatch. If you can check with them and verify.
Also included in the radio dispatch, Broward County Deputy Scott Peterson's radio calls. That recording showing that the school resource officer almost immediately identified that those shots were coming from inside the school's freshman building, something that contradicts a statement issued by his lawyer saying Peterson, quote, believed that those gunshots were originating from outside any of the buildings on the school campus. Legislation requiring assisted living facilities in Florida to have backup power sources is now headed to Governor Rick Scott. The House approving the bill earlier tonight. If passed, it would require facilities to have a generator capable of keeping them at 81 degrees or lower for at least 4 days. The rule was originally issued by Scott after more than a dozen nursing home patients died in a sweltering South Florida nursing home following Hurricane Irma. A state administrative judge sided last October with nursing homes that had challenged the tight deadlines. Scott is expected to sign that bill. And this weekend marks the 6-month anniversary since Hurricane Irma slammed the Sun Coast. Since then, city and county leaders have been going over what worked and what didn't. One area they are focusing on is hurricane evacuation shelters in Venice. During Irma, no county-run shelters were open, and the county was worried it may be too dangerous on the island. Now the plan is to bus people to shelters in other parts of Sarasota County until a hurricane shelter can be identified.
As we identify a building that can be rated to be safe during Category 4, we're going to move forward to make that happen as quickly as possible.
Next Wednesday, Emergency Services Director Rich Collins is expected to present to the Board of County Commissioners the new plans for the next hurricane season. Well, let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob, what can we expect over the next few days?
Well, getting a look at these temperatures right now, Jacqueline, far away from hurricane season. It's 49 degrees right now, so a bit of a chill in the atmosphere. This is going to be the case, I think, tomorrow morning. We'll see lows down into the mid to upper 40s, and then temperatures will start to rebound quite nicely in the afternoon. The dew point temperatures low at 43, the humidity at 80%. We have clear skies tonight, and winds are calm. The pressure 30-16, that continues to rise, and temperatures statewide into the 40s and 50s and 60s even. 66 in Key West, 63 now in Miami, 50 in Orlando, and 49 in Sarasota. With the clear skies and light winds, we're going to see those temperatures continue to drop down, as I said, into the mid-40s for the most part. Inland areas right around 50 degrees at area beaches. High pressure, which has been dominating our weather as of late, is going to shift now, and it's going to get bumped off to the east and park itself well east of the state tomorrow. That will give us that east to southeasterly wind, which will warm us up. And then we'll see an area of low pressure develop here. And actually this low pressure area, which is not a high pressure but a low pressure, will eventually move on in and bring us a good chance for showers and some storms, unfortunately, for Saturday afternoon now. It looks like more and more that may be the case. So your planner looks like this. Pretty good throughout the morning hours up until noon, 3 o'clock. We'll start to see some rain start to move in, I think. And we could even see some storms linger up until about 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. More on that coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline?
Okay, thanks, Bob. Sarasota police have arrested nearly 50 street-level drug dealers over a 9-month undercover operation. Police revealed the results of that investigation earlier today, in which detectives followed community tips and complaints to make undercover drug transactions. Most of those transactions took place near 4 intersections in North Sarasota. 53 people were charged in that investigation that wrapped up in January, but police are still on the hunt for 4 at-large suspects. Police Chief Bernadette DePino says many were caught selling near schools, parks, and daycares.
We're hoping because of the seriousness of this charge is that they aren't going to be back out on our street anytime soon.
The dealers identified in this investigation have over 1,000 prior felony charges between them all. This investigation resulted in 93 new felony criminal charges, and according to police, 2 people face federal prosecution. Looking to help veterans in our community, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is donating 10 computers to the nonprofit organization SRQ Vets. SRQ Vets will then use these computers to help veterans find jobs, do college work, and access their benefits. 2 of those computers will be used at SRQ Vets, 5 will go to USF, 1 to Sarasota County Veterans Committee Commission, and 2 that the group are still looking for homes for. President Trump accepted an invitation to meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. In a complete reversal from his months of fire and fury rhetoric, Trump is set to become the first sitting president to meet with a leader of North Korea. A South Korean delegation came to Washington with the proposal for a sit-down between President Trump and North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. The fateful meeting could happen as soon as May. The location, though, has not yet been decided. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, who was traveling in Africa at the time of the announcement, was not surprised that President Trump agreed to this meeting.
President Trump has said for some time that he was open to talks and he would willingly meet with Kim Jong-un when conditions were right.
President Trump promised to continue playing hardball, tweeting, "Great progress being made, but sanctions will remain until an agreement is reached, meeting being planned." A group of Republican senators sent a letter to the president warning of false promises from Kim Jong-un. Others cautioned that a meeting with the president of the United States will give Kim and his rogue regime legitimacy on the world stage. Well, stay with us, Chief Meteorologist Bob. We'll be back with your first alert forecast for the weekend ahead. Plus, it's coming down to the wire. Florida legislators work into the final hours of their annual session to pass several bills. And plans to renourish one of the area's most popular beaches moves ahead.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
We all love our kids and want what's best for them. You have the power to help your kids learn to succeed in life every day. When you promote a love for learning at home, children build the skills they need to be ready for school. You can be their everyday hero. It's easy. Just text Everyday Hero to 77453 for simple learning tips.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Mark Zupan, part of the U.S. Paralympic rugby team. In my game, movement is everything. I get frustrated when my move is blocked, especially when that guy has no right to be there, even just for a minute. I love a challenge, but I don't like to play this game every day.
A message from the United Spinal Association.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
Plans are in place to renourish one of the area's most popular beaches that has experienced some erosion. In the coming months, up to 200,000 cubic yards of sand from New Pass will be making its way to Lido Beach. The projected cost of this emergency renourishment will run $2 to $4 million, with a lot of that money most likely coming from federal funds. The plan is to have this renourishment last a few years while the city waits on a judge's ruling to dredge Big Pass. This project is expected to get underway by the fall. Officials hope to have it complete before the end of the year. And not the best beach weather this weekend.
Yeah, I think we'll see a mixture. We're going to see some periods of sunshine at times, and then others some rain moving in from the Gulf of Mexico. On top of that, we talked about it earlier today, red tide is becoming a big concern here along the Suncoast. So we'll get a graphic and show you that. We also have a story posted at mysuncoast.com. You want to check that out as well. Well, Casey Key webcam showing a decent day today out on the beaches. Nice sunshine there, you can see, and a beautiful sunset. And looks like we'll see some sunshine tomorrow morning. As I mentioned, it'll be around, and then some increasing clouds in the afternoon. We have Balloon Fest taking place. A lot of people out there at Lakewood Ranch today and riding those high balloons, as you see right there. Fred Seeger, who's a contributor all the time to pics at mysuncoast.com. Appreciate that. And so is Art Conforti, looking out at the Ringling Bridge just after the sun went down below the horizon. And Norm, sending this one is Sarasota Bay with some beautiful colors there as we had a little bit of high clouds around. I mentioned the red tide. The red tide is out. The new report, the full report came out today from the FWC, again showing those markers indicating the reports in tide, actually the problem with the red tide all the way up to Sarasota County. The areas in yellow that you see right there are low, and the areas in orange are the medium, and the medium is greater than 100,000 to 1 million cells per liter, and that's a lot. In fact, all it takes is very low concentrations to have fish kills, and fish kills have been reported now along area beaches into Minnesota Beach, as well as into Casperson, Venice, and up to Lido. 23 samples are showing some form of red tide in those tests today. Now, as far as the Titan radar picture goes, the nor'easter is starting to wind down here, but another one is on the doorsteps and will be there Tuesday. For us, not much going on right now, but we do expect to see that system develop in the Gulf of Mexico and then work its way across South Florida throughout the day tomorrow. 49 right now in Sarasota, pretty chilly weather, and as far as the current conditions go, 52 at the airport, that's 49 at the downtown area, humidity at 88%, winds are out of the east-northeast, rather light at 3 miles an hour, and the high today was only 71. The low this morning was cold at 46 degrees, our normal low at 56, so 10 degrees below average. This is one particular forecast model showing that rain developing in the Gulf and moving on shore. Sometime after 3 o'clock, an area of low pressure kind of left behind, spinning across South Florida. Then here comes the cold front and an attendant area of low pressure developing late Sunday. This front will move through on Monday, bringing with it some clouds and showers. So now it looks like Sunday, there's still that chance of some severe storms, but very small right now, and look for the possibility of strong cells tomorrow late afternoon and evening, especially over South Florida. And then that tornado chance is at 5%. This is from the Storm Prediction Center. And as far as the rainfall forecast goes, the total's indicating a less than a ½ inch across most of the area, and looks as though a heavier rainfall will be down to our south. Still, there's a lot of uncertainty as to what's going to happen with this system. The Europeans suggesting more rain on Saturday than Sunday, and we'll see those showers developing sometime after 3 o'clock, it looks like, continuing up around 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And then on Sunday, this particular model is showing Sunday may be a little bit better than anticipated. So there goes the system on Saturday, and then Sunday it leaves behind partly cloudy skies. And then the front comes down on Monday now and bringing with it a chance for showers and some storms on Monday as well. Now the forecast for boaters, winds will be okay, 15 knots, not the best to start things off, 5 to 10 in the afternoon and evening. Seas running 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop out there, and the water temperature now at 68 degrees. So here's the 7-day, a lot to take in. 50% chance for showers and storms tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, some rainfall, 60% chance on Sunday, Monday even a 40% chance. Obviously, we do lose an hour of sleep. Saturday night, be sure to spring forward. And then it cools down throughout all of next week through Friday, temperatures well below average. Jacqueline?
Okay, thank you, Bob. Florida legislators are wrapping up their annual session in a frantic burst of activity in the final hours. Legislators must act on dozens of bills by midnight tonight, or the legislation will be lost for another year. Late in the day, leaders declared that a proposed gambling bill was dead for the session. Another major bill in jeopardy is a measure designed to battle the state's opioid epidemic. The annual session lasts 60 days, but legislators are extending the session until Sunday. That's because Republican leaders did not wrap up work on a new state budget in time. State law requires that the budget be finished 72 hours before a final vote. Legislators will only consider budget-related bills during the extended period. And despite the time crunch, the Florida Senate did pass a bill tonight aimed at preventing sexual harassment in government. The bill passed unanimously. It still needs to be passed, however, by the House, which last week passed an ethics bill that had similar sexual harassment language. The Senate bill requires all government agencies develop anti-harassment policies and a procedure for reporting and investigating complaints. It also requires lobbyists to read House and Senate ethics policies and to comply with them. The chamber's leaders, the governor, or cabinet members can suspend or revoke lobbyists' registrations if they violate these policies. Well, stay with us. Sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel tonight, not one but two Oscar winners drop by.
Amazing.
Plus,
new stars are born every day.
American Idol's Katy Perry and Jimmy talk Idol. And hot dogs?
This is not the first time I've been hit with a hot dog.
Kimmel, tonight on ABC.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
They are the greatest fighting force the world has ever seen. But what does it take to bridge the distance and keep them connected to family, home, and country? What does it take to strengthen our service members so they can be the greatest force for good in the world? It takes a force. Be a force behind the forces. Give today at force.uso.org.
Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking an account executive to join our winning sales team. This is an outside sales position covering the Tampa DMA. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now, sports.
Another beautiful day in Port Charlotte for baseball. The Tampa Bay Rays hosting the Minnesota Twins in the second, a lighthearted moment with Minnesota's Kenny Vargas at the plate. A fly ball to right field and Tampa Bay's Carlos Gomez gives a chase. The ball is out of play, but Gomez stops and peers over the wall to watch the battle between two fans tussling for the ball. There it is. You can see it right there. And then later on, down 4-0 in the fourth, Tampa Bay's C.J. Cron hits an RBI double to left center. Kevin Kiermaier scores. In the fifth, Tampa Bay's Dunnard Span hits an RBI single to right field to Lucius Fox, but it's not enough. The Twins win 4-3 today. And following that game at Charlotte Sports Park, the Rays' wives participated in a charity softball game against the Twins' wives. In response to the recent tragedy in Parkland, proceeds from that game will go to Broward Education Foundation's official Stoneman Douglas Victims Fund. The Rays and Charlotte Stone Crabs have each committed $5,000 to the Broward Education Foundation. In addition, all Major League Baseball clubs wore Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School baseball caps today. And Tampa Bay's Mike Evans will be sticking around. Tonight, Evans has agreed to a 5-year, $82.5 million contract extension that makes him the second highest paid receiver in the NFL. It also makes him the highest paid player with the Buccaneers. The 24-year-old entered the league as the 7th overall pick in the 2014 draft. Evans acknowledged the extension, which runs through 2023, in an Instagram post, noting that he will be spending the next several seasons in Tampa Bay with a singular focus on helping the Bucs win a Super Bowl. That's a look at sports tonight. We'll have your winning lotto numbers when we come back.
My California Closets designer is a rock star. She was able to design the most beautiful space for me. When I turn the lights on, it's breathtaking. La! It's just a little slice of organized heaven. The California Closet team was so professional, so reliable. It was seriously a dream come true. My name is Jill, and this is my California Closet story.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
My name is Stephen Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured in an accident, whether or not it's your fault, your insurance company might be responsible for some of your expenses. So give us a call. We've got your back.
We all love our kids and want what's best for them. You have the power to help your kids learn to succeed in life every day. When you promote a love for learning at home, children build the skills they need to be ready for school. You can be their everyday hero. It's easy. Just text Everyday Hero to 77453 for simple learning tips.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, there is a bit of a long-distance courtship going on between two hippos at two different zoos. The San Antonio Zoo posted a public declaration of Timothy's love for Fiona online. It reads in part, "Dear Fiona, my name is Timothy. I have seen you on the internet at the Cincinnati Zoo, and you are the most beautiful hippo I have ever seen. Perhaps we can meet someday and be boyfriend and girlfriend. I am single and available." And of course, the Cincinnati Zoo responded in part saying, "Fiona thinks you're cute too, but it's what's on the inside that counts. Your DNA will decide if you're the one for our little diva. Most importantly, are you willing to relocate to Cincinnati?" We'll have to wait and see if the potential romance goes anywhere from there. That is pretty entertaining. I love Fiona. I didn't know that there was a little bit of a relationship going on.
Yeah, I guess so. Something's happening there. That's interesting. We are looking at some interesting weather over the weekend, too. Some showers and storms developing, I think, Saturday afternoon and evening. Some of those could be rather strong. Again, we lose an hour of sleep, so remember to spring forward. This could be the last time we do that, right? And then a 60% chance for showers and storms on Sunday, maybe late Sunday, too, it looks like now.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob, and thanks for joining us this evening. We'll see you back here on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.